come to a fascinating exploration of how the sun and moon influence human body and the diseases that may arise from their effects. This topic, rooted in centuries of observation and scientific inquiry, invites us to consider the subtle yet profound ways celestial bodies impact our health. From ancient physicians to modern thinkers, the relationship between cosmic forces and our well-being has been a subject of curiosity and debate. In this video, we'll journey through history, science. Throughout history, many cultures believed that celestial bodies like the sun and moon held sway over human health. Ancient physicians, especially those from Greece and Rome, meticulously recorded the cycles of the sun and moon, linking them to the onset and cause of various diseases. This belief was not mere superstition. It was based on careful observation of patterns in epidemics and individual health. The wisdom of Hippocrates, for example, emphasized the importance of studying the star. Medicine evolved, so did the methods for studying the effects of the sun and moon. Mathematics became a crucial tool for understanding these complex relationships. Thinkers like Galileo, Kepler, and Newton applied mathematical reasoning to natural phenomena, paving the way for a more scientific approach to medicine. By using geometry and numbers, they sought to explain how celestial movements could influence bodily processes. This shift from conjecture to calculation marked a turning point in practice of medicine. Both experience and reason are essential. While some remedies were discovered by chance and confirmed through repeated use, others required careful reasoning to understand their effects. Over time, as lifestyles changed and diseases evolved, physicians needed to rely not just on tradition, but also on rational investigation. This balance between empirical knowledge and logical analysis remains a cornerstone of medical practice today, reminding us that both observation has always been at the heart of medical progress. By carefully noting the timing and recurrence of diseases, early physicians identified patterns that often corresponded with celestial events. For example, certain fevers and epidemics seemed to follow the cycles of the moon. These observations laid the groundwork for later scientific study, highlighting the value of attentive, systematic recording in the advancement of medical knowledge. The idea that the sun and moon can cause changes in the human body is not just a relic of the past. Even today, we recognize that environmental factors, including light and gravity, can influence our health. Ancient texts often describe how the positions of the sun and moon affected the onset and severity of diseases, particularly those with periodic symptoms. This connection between celestial cycle and human health continues to intrigue scientists and physicians alike. Moon, in particular, has long been associated with changes in human health. Its phases were believed to regulate the timing of certain illnesses, especially those with recurring episodes. Ancient medical records are filled with references to the moon's power over fever and other periodic diseases. While some of these beliefs have been refined by modern science, the idea that lunar cycles can affect biological rhythm remains a topic of ongoing research. Sun's influence on human health is equally significant. Its position and intensity affect everything from mood to immune function. Ancient physicians noted that certain diseases were more common or severe during specific solar events, such as solstices and equinoxes. Today, we understand that sunlight plays a vital role in regulating our circadian rhythm and vitamin D production, illustrating the enduring impact of the sun on our well-being. Fully grasp the effect of the sun and moon, a basic understanding of mathematical principles is helpful. The movements of these bodies follow predictable patterns, which can be described using geometry and physics. By applying mathematical reasoning, scientists have been able to explain phenomena such as tides, atmospheric changes, and even some aspects of disease cycles. This approach bridges the gap between ancient observation and modern science. One of the most striking examples of celestial influence is the ocean tide, driven by the gravitational pull of the sun and moon. Just as these forces move vast bodies of water, they may also affect the fluids within our own body. Some researchers have suggested that the regular rise and fall of tides could be linked to cycles in human health, particularly in conditions that show periodic symptoms. Atmosphere, like the ocean, is subject to the gravitational forces of the sun and moon. These forces can cause subtle shifts in air pressure and circulation, which in turn may influence weather patterns and, by extension, human health. For example, changes in atmospheric pressure have been linked to headaches, joint pain, and other physical symptoms. Understanding these connections helps us appreciate the complex interplay between our environment and our body. Invention of the barometer allowed scientists to measure changes in atmospheric pressure with precision. These measurements revealed that air pressure fluctuates in regular cycles, often corresponding with lunar phases and solar events. Physicians began to notice that certain health complaints, such as migraine or respiratory issues, tended to worsen during periods of low pressure. This discovery reinforced the idea that celestial forces could have tangible effects on our well-being. Gravity, though invisible, exerts a constant influence on our body. The gravitational pull of the sun and moon not only shapes the tides, but also affects the distribution of fluids within us. While these effects are subtle, they may become more pronounced under certain conditions, such as during full moons or solar eclipses. This ongoing interaction between celestial forces and human physiology is a reminder of our connection to the cosmos. Pressure plays a vital role in respiration and circulation. When atmospheric pressure drops, less oxygen enters the lungs with each breath, which can lead to fatigue or shortness of breath, especially in sensitive individuals. These changes are often more noticeable during certain lunar or solar events when pressure fluctuations are more pronounced. Monitoring air pressure can thus provide valuable insight into health patterns. Elasticity of the atmosphere, or its ability to expand and contract, is another factor influenced by celestial body. When the sun or moon's position causes the atmosphere to expand, air becomes less dense, making it harder for the body to absorb oxygen efficiently. This can affect everything from energy level to cognitive function, especially at higher altitudes or during specific lunar phases. Isaac Newton's work on the tides demonstrated how the combined gravitational forces of the sun and moon create regular, predictable movements in the ocean. By extending this reasoning to the atmosphere, scientists have shown that similar forces can cause periodic changes in air pressure and circulation. These insights have deepened our understanding of how celestial mechanics influence life on Earth. Equinoxes, when day and night are of equal length, are times of significant atmospheric change. Many cultures have observed that illnesses often peak around these periods, possibly due to shifts in temperature, humidity, and air pressure. These seasonal transitions, influenced by the sun's position, serve as reminders of the intricate connection between celestial events and human health. It's a common observation that the windiest times of year are around the vernal spring and autumnal fall equinoxes. These winds, driven by changes in solar heating and atmospheric pressure, can influence the spread of diseases and affect respiratory health. Seafarers and farmers have long relied on these patterns to guide their activity, demonstrating the practical importance of understanding celestial influences. Even on a daily basis, the sun and moon create cycles in the atmosphere. Breezes often pick up at midday and midnight, corresponding to the times when the sun or moon is at its highest or lowest point in the sky. These regular changes in air movement can subtly influence our mood, energy, and overall health, highlighting the ongoing impact of celestial rhythm. Movement of air or wind is governed by differences in temperature, pressure, and the gravitational pull of celestial body. When the sun or moon causes a decrease in atmospheric pressure, heavier air rushes in to restore balance, creating wind. This process is essential for maintaining the freshness and circulation of the air we breathe, which is vital for health. Newton's explanation of the tides revolutionized our understanding of how the sun and moon influence Earth. By showing that their combined gravitational forces could account for the regular rise and fall of the ocean, Newton provided a model that also applies to the atmosphere. This scientific breakthrough underscored the unity of natural laws and their relevance to human health. When the sun or moon is directly overhead or on the opposite side of the Earth, their gravitational pull causes the atmosphere to bulge slightly, forming a spherical shape. This subtle shift can influence weather patterns and, by extension, human health. The effect is most pronounced during new and full moons, when the sun and moon's forces align. During the new and full moons, the gravitational forces of the sun and moon combine to create stronger atmospheric and oceanic tides. These periods are often associated with increased weather changes and, in some cases, heightened symptoms in certain health conditions. Understanding these cycles can help individuals anticipate and manage their well-being more effectively. Just as the ocean experiences tides, so does the atmosphere. These atmospheric tides are less visible but can have significant effects on weather and health. They are driven by the same gravitational forces that move the sea, reinforcing the interconnectedness of Earth's system and the influence of celestial body on our daily lives. Air is not only a fluid but also elastic, meaning it can expand and contract in response to changes in pressure. This property allows the atmosphere to respond dynamically to the gravitational pull of the sun and moon. When pressure drops, air expands, which can affect everything from weather to how our bodies function, especially in terms of breathing and circulation. Barometric readings provide valuable data about atmospheric pressure and its fluctuation. By tracking these changes, scientists and physicians can correlate shift in pressure with the onset or worsening of certain health conditions. This practical application of scientific observation demonstrates how ancient ideas about celestial influence have evolved into modern tools for health monitoring. Wind is created by differences in air pressure, which are influenced by the sun and moon. These winds can carry moisture, heat, and even pathogens, affecting everything from climate to the spread of diseases. Understanding the origins and patterns of wind helps us predict weather changes and their potential impact on health. Humidity, or the amount of moisture in the air, is closely linked to atmospheric pressure and temperature. Changes in humidity can influence respiratory health, skin conditions, and even the spread of infectious diseases. These fluctuations often follow lunar and solar cycles, further illustrating the connection between celestial events and human well-being. Breathing is directly affected by air pressure and composition. When the atmosphere is lighter, as during certain lunar or solar events, less oxygen is available with each breath. This can lead to symptoms like fatigue or dizziness, especially in those with pre-existing health conditions. Monitoring these changes can help individuals manage their respiratory health more effectively. Atmospheric changes can also influence blood circulation. Lower air pressure can slow the movement of blood and reduce the efficiency of nutrient and oxygen delivery throughout the body. This effect is particularly noticeable in people with cardiovascular conditions, highlighting the importance of understanding environmental influences on health. Just as the atmosphere is elastic, so too are many of the body's tissues and fluids. Changes in external pressure can alter the behavior of these internal systems, sometimes leading to symptoms like joint pain or swelling. This interplay between the environment and the body's own elasticity is a key factor in understanding how celestial events can impact health. At high altitudes, the air is thinner and less dense, making it harder to breathe and affecting overall health. These conditions mimic some of the changes that occur during certain lunar or solar events, providing a natural laboratory for studying the effects of atmospheric pressure on the body. People often experience shortness of breath, fatigue, and other symptoms as their bodies adjust. The atmosphere exerts a constant pressure on our body, equivalent to thousands of pounds spread across our skin. This pressure changes with altitude, weather, and celestial events, subtly influencing everything from circulation to joint health. Understanding these forces helps us appreciate the resilience and adaptability of the human body. Our bodies maintain a delicate balance between internal and external pressure. When atmospheric pressure drops, the internal pressure within our tissues can cause fluids to shift, sometimes leading to swelling or discomfort. This balance is essential for health and is constantly influenced by environmental factors, including the positions of the sun and moon. The effects of atmospheric and celestial changes are most noticeable in people with weakened or sensitive constitution. Those with chronic illnesses, the elderly, and young children may be more susceptible to shifts in pressure, humidity, or temperature. Recognizing these vulnerabilities can help guide preventive care and support for at-risk groups. Despite the challenges posed by environmental changes, nature has equipped us with remarkable adaptability. The body's ability to adjust to fluctuations in pressure, temperature, and humidity is a testament to the wisdom of natural design. By understanding and respecting these processes, we can better support our health and resilience. While science has made great strides in explaining the influence of celestial bodies on health, many mysteries remain. Not all effects can be measured or predicted, and individual responses vary widely. This uncertainty reminds us to approach the subject with humility and an open mind, recognizing the complexity of the natural world. Traditional knowledge, passed down through generations, often contains valuable insight into the relationship between celestial events and health. While not all traditional beliefs are supported by modern science, many have proven to be remarkably accurate. Integrating this wisdom with contemporary research can enrich our understanding and approach to health. Our health is shaped by a web of interconnected forces, from the smallest cells in our body to the vast movements of the sun and moon. Recognizing these connections encourages a holistic approach to well-being, one that considers both internal and external factors. This perspective fosters greater appreciation for the complexity and beauty of life. Curiosity has driven humanity's quest to understand the influence of celestial bodies on health. By asking questions, observing patterns, and seeking explanation, we continue to expand our knowledge and improve our lives. This spirit of inquiry is essential for progress and discovery, inspiring future generations to explore the mystery of the universe. Adaptation is one of the most powerful tools at our disposal. By learning to recognize and respond to environmental changes, we can protect our health and thrive in a dynamic world. Whether it's adjusting our routines during certain lunar phases or preparing for seasonal shifts, adaptation enables us to live in harmony with nature. As technology advances, our ability to study the effects of the sun and moon on health will only improve. New tools and methods will allow for more precise measurements and deeper insights, paving the way for innovative approaches to medicine and wellness. The future holds exciting possibilities for understanding and harnessing celestial influences. Taking a holistic perspective means considering all aspects of health, including the subtle influences of the environment. By integrating knowledge from science, tradition, and personal experience, we can develop more effective strategies for maintaining well-being. This approach honors the complexity of life and the interconnectedness of all things. In summary, the sun and moon exert a profound, yet often subtle influence on human health. From tides and weather to biological rhythms and disease patterns, These celestial bodies shape our lives in countless ways. By studying their effects, we gain not only practical insights, but also a deeper appreciation for the wonders of the universe and our place within it. Thank you for joining this journey through the influence of the sun and moon on human health. As we continue to explore and learn, may we remain curious, adaptable, and mindful of the intricate connections that sustain life. The dance of the celestial bodies above is mirrored in the rhythms of our own body, reminding us that we are, indeed, children of the universe.